Hey, this is Matias Rengel with Guitar Control, and today we're going to be learning how to play lo-fi guitar. As usual, there's a link in the description where you can download the tab, so make sure you click on it. Let's get down to it. So we're going to grab a simple progression. We're going to start with an F sharp minor, then we're going to go into a B, into an E major, and finally into an A major. Now, you could technically play this over a lo-fi beat, right? And it will be fine, right? But it doesn't quite sound so lo-fi-ish. Now, the reason why this doesn't sound so lo-fi-ish is because usually it's going to have more jazzy chords, which are more like with more tensions and stuff like that. So let's change it up a little bit. I would say that the first thing that to play lo-fi guitar, you should try and play it a little bit higher in the neck. It's going to sound much better. Now for an F sharp minor, instead of playing this one, I would play this one. Now we're going to play the basic chord progression, and then I'm going to show you a little bit of embellishment that you can do around them. Now, we're saying play this one instead, right? So you place your index finger all across the 9th fret, and then you have on the fourth and 4th string, you got the 11th fret, and on the 2nd string, you have the 10th fret. Now, that is a good chord to play right there. The next one, instead of playing the B, we're going to go into the B right here. So now, here's another type of B that you know, right? So keep in mind this, because we're going to be in this area, right? You know the F, right? So you just take it into the 7th fret, right? So what you're going to do, you're going to leave the index there. Then you're going to place the middle finger on the 7th fret of the 4th, the ring finger on the 8th fret of the 3rd, and the pinky is going to go on the 9th fret of the 2nd and 1st. Right? So we got pretty cool, right? Now, for E major, we could just play an E major 7, right? And that's going to sound much better and smoother. Usually with lo-fi, I mean, you can, of course, there are no rules, right? Like you can play open chords, but if you play the 7 closed chords, it's going to sound much more dreamy and nostalgic, which is usually lo-fi. So yeah, so for this one, you go on the 7th fret of the 5th string, 9th fret of the 4th, 8th fret of the 3rd, and 9th fret of the 2nd. Another alternative would be, instead of that one, to play this one. For that one, 7th fret of the 5th, and with the index, you're going to play 6th fret of the 4th and 3rd. A little bit complicated there, right? And then with the ring finger, you're going to go on the 7th fret of the 2nd, and pinky on the 7th fret of the 1st. So we got... And then for the final one, the same as this one, but here. So that will be replacing the A. So see, we came from like... to something more like... Now, a very important part in lo-fi is that you want to play it soft, okay? Don't try to play it's just not going to sound super great. So what you want to do is you want to like barely play the strings, right? Sometimes people like to play with the fingers also, sometimes depending on the song. But I mean, yeah, play it lightly, right? Too strong, see? So you gotta like control the dynamics here. So anyways, now some things that you could do here to embellish it, you could go into different positions of the chord. So for example, for this one, we know that the next position will be here. It will be the same because we're playing it here, right? So you can go into the 14th fret, but don't play the entire chord, just play the top. So you come, then you go to the 14, right? So what I'm doing there, playing this one that we already know, and then I go into the 14, which is the same as this one, but I play the third, second, and first string, and I just go into the 16th fret, hammer on, right? And then I do like kind of like a pentatonic a little bit. I mean, it's actually not exactly the pentatonic because I'm playing this one, which is Embellishments. If it was the pentatonic, it would be, and that's the only difference. So yeah, so see, so and then you go to this one, and then you can go into this one. Now you can go into an inversion of this one. You can do this one. The same thing you did here, you could do it here. Usually this inversion is going to be always, if you're playing this chord, you will always be able to do this. One, you will be like, you play this chord, you'll be like, you grab the index finger as a reference and you go 1, 2, and that's it. See? The index 1, 2, and play the third, second, and first string. So, right, so we got now most of the time when you are about to play the first chord again that you played, you most of the time can play dominant chord half step above. And in this case, it would be really cool if it was a dominant chord with the 9th added. So for example, if this is the first chord, I can play this one right before as an embellishment, or this one. So see, that's what I did there. And that's really cool, right? Remember, soft. But yeah, there you have it. Now let's grab, for example, another progression like F and C, D minor, and E minor. You can play that. But let's make it more lo-fi-ish, right? So let's grab another chord that is very popular playing in lo-fi, this one. So for this one, you gotta master this technique where you play 2 notes with the index, but you are not covering all the chord. So what you do is you play the middle finger on the 8th fret, the index finger on the 7th fret of the 4th and 3rd, and then you got the ring finger on the 8th fret of the 2nd, and then with the pinky you play on the, you put it on the 9th fret and you remove it sometimes, so you go, see, and that replaces this one, and it just brings additional color to it, right? Then you can do the same chord in C, starting on C, right? And then you can do the same, you can go into a D minor, and then into an E minor. Now, a really cool way to play this will be with muted, right? Now, when you go from here to this one, you cannot do, because this is a Phrygian, which means that it doesn't have a 9th. So what you're going to do, you can do this. And there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. There's a link in the description where you can download the tab. This was just one lesson on lo-fi guitar. Of course, it's a much deeper concept, and if you enjoyed it, leave a comment down below and I can do more lessons on this topic, of course. And yeah, remember to subscribe to Guitar Control YouTube channel for daily guitar lessons. Thank you so much for watching.